the biology prep on JAMB. You see how the questions will be asked. Also, your own questions, I'll be handling some of the past questions and with their detailed explanation, and then a laid down guide on how to tackle similar questions if they should appear again in the subsequent exam you're writing. So here are the questions that will keep us, questions that we'll be handling as we wait for your own. But before then, let me share the live stream. Let me share the link to the WhatsApp channel to enable those that want to join to join. All right, we are back. Looking at the questions here, as I wait for your own question, the first one here says, when oil is poured into the breeding sites of mosquitoes, it A, slows down the breeding sites of the mosquitoes. It slows down egg development. B, it suffocates the pupae. C, kills the adults, deprives the larva of water. It is not possible for oil to deprive the larva of water, not at all. So when oil covers the supply of oxygen, and when you deny the supply of oxygen, we better use the word suffocate. So the correct answer to question number 1 is suffocate. This is the problem the people in the riverine area or the waterlogged area, the people living within the shores, like the Niger Delta people here in Nigeria, they complain of oil spillage, which actually suffocates some aquatic lives. So the correct answer is option B. We go to question number 2, which says a flower that has both stamen and pistil is said to be. Stamen is the male part of a flower. Stamen is the male part of a flower. So when we look at this, we say stamen. Stamen simply means the male part of a flower. We can also call stamen androecium. So another name for it is androecium. So anything andro is male. So androecium, E should be here. Let me androecium. So anything and is male, then gyne is female. So what are the parts that makes up the stamen? We have the anther and the thing that holds the anther, which we call the anther filament. Then they talked about pistil. The pistil is also called the carpels, which means the female part of a flower. The female parts are collectively called the pistil. We can also call it carpel, or we call it the gynoecium. Gynoecium. Anything gyne is female. So gynoecium is the female part. Now, when a flower have both the stamen and the pistil, such a flower is said to be a perfect flower, or a hermaphrodite, or a bisexual flower. Bisexual flower that have both the male and female, and hence we refer to it as a perfect flower. Looking at the options, they say A, perfect. That's the correct answer. Are called the essential parts of a flower. The stamen and the pistil are known as the essential parts. Why are they essential? Because they are the parts that are required in sexual reproduction. They are the parts that donates the cells needed for reproduction. Other parts, such as sepals and petals, are called non-essential parts. Non-essential. So the next question says, an amoeba and an unlaid chicken egg are unlaid chicken egg, meaning fertilization is yet to occur or development is yet to start. That means the level of organization is that both of them are what? Single cells. They are all cells. Amoeba is unicellular. Egg is still unicellular. But after fertilization, they're supposed to say an unfertilized egg. That could have been a better term, because when you say unlaid, some eggs are fertilized internally. We talk about oviparous, viviparous, and then unfertilized. So when they say unlaid, it's ambiguous. They rather say unfertilized chicken egg, which makes it a cell. But after fertilization, it can start on developing into zygote. From zygote to the gastrula, blastula stage to the organogenesis, is no more a cell. But when it is unfertilized, together with amoeba, it is just singly a cell. They are all single cells. They are not organic. In the corns, food is usually stored in the corns. Corns, this should be a mistake. Corns. This should be corms. There is what we call corms. Please, there is no need of asking in the corms food is stored. Which one is in the corms? CORMS. The gladulus, like your cocoyam, corms are underground stems that grow vertically down the soil. Another related term with corm should be rhizome. So corms are what? Underground stems. Underground stems that grows vertically down the soil. That grows vertically down the soil. In other words, we can say that corms are a vertical underground stem. Now, the relative of it is what we call the rhizomes. So rhizomes are actually horizontal underground stems. Horizontal underground stems, such as ginger and canna lily. But here cocoyam should be a corm, and then both rhizomes and corms are underground stems. So it is a storage organ where food is stored. Where? In the stems, according to the question we have there. So we go back to tackle that question. Give this live stream a thumbs up and share it, please. Remember to come with your own question or a follow-up from my explanation. Anything that is not clear, you ask your own question. So corms and not corns. Food is usually stored in the stems because corms are underground stems. Now they say use the diagram below to answer question 5 and 6. This here shows a mammal. This here shows an amphibian, that's frog. This here shows an ave, that is Pisces, and that's bird or poultry. Then here shows the Pisces, the ivy. Okay, the say ovoviparity is the type of fertilization exhibited by organism labeled ovoviparity, the laying of egg that is fertilized internally, which hatches immediately after laying or just before laying. Birds exhibit oviparous. They lay eggs which develop outside the body of the mother. That's the difference. So we have these 3 types of reproduction or fertilization according to them here. We have in simple way I call it oviovocovirus. We have the oviparous reproduction, to lay egg that develops outside the body of the mother. This one lays large yolky eggs. Then we have the ovoviparous, and we have the most advanced viviparous forms of reproduction based on laying of eggs and hatching and fertilization being internal or external. In oviparous reproduction, large yolky eggs, meaning eggs that contains large yolk, to sponsor the development outside the body of the mother. Fertilization in oviparous is most times external. All right. But what matters is that it involves laying of eggs that develops outside the body of the mother. While ovoviparous or ovoviparity is a form of reproduction where the eggs are retained inside the body of the mother, fertilized internal. Here, fertilization is internal, and the egg is retained inside the body, not laid. Unlike here where eggs are laid, this place the eggs are not laid, they are retained inside the body of the mother, where they develop without placenta, get nourished inside the body and get protected also, and then they are laid just before hatching or immediately after hatching. Some Pisces behaves this way. Some fishes have ovoviparous reproduction. Then viviparous is where fertilization is internal. The egg is fertilized internally, retained inside the body of the mother, where the young one develops inside the body of the mother, and the young one is giving birth to. There is no laying of egg. No laying of egg here. These two lays egg, but the difference is that ovoviparity or oviparous reproduction can only lay egg that will last just for few hours or few time, and it will hatch, or it will hatch before laying. But oviparous, the eggs are laid. They stay outside for some time, incubate, and develop outside the body of the mother. Like the birds, the chicken undergoes oviparous reproduction. While viviparous reproduction, the fertilization is internal, is inside. Then the egg is retained inside, where it develops inside the body of the mother, and the young ones are given birth to alive. No laying of egg in viviparous. So these are the three types. Now they gave us from the example, birds have oviparous reproduction, insects, lizards, the crocodiles have oviparous, while some fishes and some insects also are ovoviparous. Some reptiles also undergo ovoviparous, while viviparity is observed in mammals. We give birth to the live young. Okay, so we go back to the question and do justice. So looking at the drawing, they asked us ovoviparity is the type expressed. The one that should express it should be IV, which is the Pisces, because this and this are oviparous, while this is viviparous. That is a mammal, while this is ovoviparous. Okay, the next question says the correct evolutionary sequence of the organisms represented is, I couldn't get the options, but we have gotten the question. Say the correct evolutionary sequence of the organism represented is. What is the correct evolutionary sequence? We start from the most primitive to the most advanced. Looking at this is a mammal. That's the most advanced. So the option that carries I last is the correct order. Then the least will start with IV. So IV to, from IV to II to III, and then to I. So the correct evolutionary order is that the Pisces are the most primitive. They have 100% aquatic life, 2 chambered hearts. Then we move to amphibians, which lives in water and venture on land, and hence their name amphibian. They are the first vertebrate to come on land. Are you seeing it now? So it is believed that life started from water and then evolved on land. So those ones that are aquatic tend to be more primitive than those ones on land. But we should not also forget about convergent evolution, whereby we can still see some of the advanced mammals still go back to water in what we call convergent evolution. Because of common environment, you can still see some mammals like whale still live in water. But generally, evolution of vertebrates started from water before proceeding on land. So the option that will be correct should be the one that starts with the correct evolutionary sequence is from IV to toad, II to III, and eventually to I. So the most advanced should be the mammal. You can use the acronym PARAM. You can use this acronym to solve the whole thing. PARAM. Pisces, the correct order. Amphibians, remember not to call this first A apes. This one means the amphibians. This one is the Pisces, which is the fish or the fishes. Then here are the reptiles, followed by the aves, that's the birds, and the most advanced should be the mammals. So when you use the acronym PARAM, you have covered the correct evolutionary trend or evolutionary sequence. Pisces, the first to evolve, followed by amphibians, followed by reptiles, followed by aves, and finally the mammals. Remember, you are on with the majestic tutorials. So this is the correct evolutionary trend for the 5 classes of vertebrates. The least primitive should be mammal, the most primitive should be Pisces, the most advanced mammals. All right, so we go back and then looking at the next question. Okay, they even have it here. It is somewhere here. The one that started with IV, I think that's only the first option A, which should be correct. IV to II to II. I can't get the real facts here. Then the next one says the animal that move by means of flagella include the flagellates. The flagellates are what? Planaria and amoeba. Amoeba moves by pseudopodia, not flagella. Paramecium have the cilia and not flagella. Chlamydomonas and euglena, of course, both of them have flagella. So the means of movement in Chlamydomonas and euglena is flagella. They are the flagellates, but remember the planaria amoeba have their pseudopodia. Amoeba have the pseudopodia. Right? For those that are live, please share and like this video. Bring your questions along. All right. The next question says the structure found only in plant cells are cell wall and chloroplast. Cell wall and chloroplast, likely the correct answer. But let us calm down and check other options. B, cell membrane is both present in plants and animals, so B is off. Option C says chromatin and nucleolus. Nucleolus is present in all the cells. D says cell membrane and cytoplasm. It is present in all, so the correct answer is option A. So don't allow option A to deceive you in exam. That doesn't mean A cannot be answered, but when option A happens to be the answer, you calm down to check other options so that it will not deprive you of knowing the hidden facts about other options. Before we proceed, remember to please like and subscribe to this channel. You are on with the majestic tutorials, your school, within school, and after school, your complete online school. Contact me for your tutorials across major art and science subjects. We have the best teachers across all the major art and science subjects. I handle chemistry and biology, and we have expertise that will handle mathematics, physics, government, literature. So if you are preparing for this exam, contact us and we will give you the best. All right.
Majestic Tutorials, your free school within school and after school, your complete online school.
Majestic Tutorials, your free school within school and after school, your complete online school.
Want to smash JAMB with a high score and earn straight A1 grades in all 9 WAEC subjects? Want admission into medicine and surgery, law,
Pharmacy,
engineering, nursing, architecture, computer science, accounting, dentistry,
medical laboratory science,
and many more lucrative university courses?
Then join Majestic Tutorials on YouTube and across all social media platforms today.
Enjoy world-class lessons in all major art and science subjects, completely free.
Delivered by experienced and renowned tutors. Don't miss our live streams, final revisions,
and exclusive study sessions. Call or WhatsApp +234 706 516 6217 to join now.
Majestic Tutorials, where champions are made the majestic way.
The majestic periodic table is here to rescue chemistry students everywhere. Struggling with the periodic table in classrooms, lecture halls, or laboratories? Worry no more. The majestic periodic table has arrived to solve 90% of the confusion students face. This masterpiece behind me is not just a chart, it is also a summarized chemistry textbook packaged into one powerful table. Every element box contains at least 9 key facts, beautifully organized and easy to understand. And yes, it covers the electronic configuration of all 118 elements. The colorful design highlights important trends at a glance, making memorization almost fun. Yes, chemistry can be fun sometimes. It also teaches the basic rules and laws that govern how elements are arranged into groups and periods. So students no longer have to cram what they can simply see with their eyes. Now, here's the exciting part. You can customize your own copy with your name, your school or institution, a friend or loved one's name. Perfect for gifts. It comes in different sizes, different materials, and we deliver anywhere exactly how you want it. The most informative periodic table ever made is finally here. Get yours today and make chemistry bow for you.
First, watch this advert. Buy from me, I equip laboratory, standard laboratory. I give you trusted reagents because I'm a scientist, equally medical equipment. Thank you. Your patronage is needed.
Looking for experts in building and equipping standard science laboratories? Need reliable surgical or hospital equipment? Easy World Science and Surgical Supplies Limited is your best choice for quality and excellence. We provide professional construction of standard science laboratories, high quality laboratory equipment and reagents, durable surgical and hospital equipment, timely delivery of exactly the quality you request, expert guidance to assist you with any experiment or equipment usage. Be scientific, stay safe. Choose equipment and reagents that guarantee results and protect your health. Contact Easy World Science and Surgical Supplies Limited today. Majestic, reliable, affordable. Thank you.
All right, let's continue. Your question is, where is magnesium utilized? Are you asking from which angle? Magnesium is actually utilized in the formation of chlorophyll. It is actually the metal ion present in the complex, the porphyrin, in the complex of chlorophyll. Difference between convergent evolution and divergent evolution. The word convergent means coming from different sources rhyming at a particular point. So the evolution of superficially similar species with different ancestors and occupying the same environment gives you convergent evolution. Is just because we are living in the same environment, it will appear as if we are from the same place. No, like if both of us are living in an area that is very hot, you might see someone that is from America supposed to be white skinned, but the person, because the person is living in Africa, it will be dark skinned like you. So you and that person might look alike just because of similar environment, but you have different ancestral species. So the evolution of superficially similar species occupying similar environment with different ancestors is what convergent evolution. While divergent evolution is just the evolution of superficially different species, but they have common ancestors. Just like two brothers, or yes, a brother and a sister that don't look alike, but they have the same father and mother. You can see this guy is very handsome. You'll be expecting that when you see his sister, the sister will be like, wow. On seeing the sister, sorry to use the word ugly, the sister appears ugly. They have the same ancestor, but they look as if they are different. Reason, in biology, organisms evolve to occupy different habitats. And that's why we call the divergent evolution adaptive radiation. So, for example, the Darwin's finch or the Galapagos finch shows divergent evolution, and the Austrian marsupials shows divergence. So evolution of superficially different species, but they have common ancestors. Just because they occupy different environments, they look as if they are no more from the same father and mother. If somebody is living in the White House with the president of the United States of America, and some other person is living in the prison in the same America, it shows that the person, even when they are identical twins, the person living in the White House will look more fresh, plump, and very lively. But in the prison, they will look as if they don't have the same parents. So that is a good example of divergent evolution. Thank you for your question. Keep the questions coming. To select, the last question I answered was number 8. To select and retain the desirable traits of a large body size which a farmer has observed in his herd, the farmer needs to A. Prevent disease in his head, not at all. B. Inbreed the animals in his head, yes. To retain. Inbreed is just making sure that members in a population cross each other. There shouldn't be external to come. So inbreeding to ensure that the character is maintained. No crossbreeding here. Rather, you take the same species and breed themselves, the same character you want, so that you reduce the introduction of new character or a little alternation, which will be mutation, which might change that desirable character you want. Crossbreeding should not be allowed, okay? So the correct answer is inbreeding to ensure the continuity of the character that is desirable. All right. The answer is B, which is inbreeding. The question 10 says, if XN is the dominant allele for the normal vision and XN, small n, and capital N, the recessive allele for color blindness, a boy with the genotype this person is a sufferer, this person is colorblind. The reason is because there is no other gene to dilute it. Remember, color blindness is a sex-linked character. You comment there on the comment section so that I'll give you a detailed video on sex-linked character so that you understand it well. This boy will be totally colorblind. Yes, we have normal vision. No, be a carrier. Males can never be carriers. Males, for sex-linked characters, for human being, males are usually sufferers or normal. It is either they are suffering or that they are normal. They can never be carriers. So it is females that are usually carriers. They rarely suffer. So the correct answer to this question is that the male will be totally blind. All right. They say, what proportion of the offspring of a cross between two homozygous parents will exhibit the recessive condition? Okay, between two heterozygous, not homozygous, please. They say, what proportion of the offspring of a cross between two heterozygous parents will exhibit the recessive condition? Probably it is going to be it should be 25%. If two heterozygous cross, it should be 25%. But let's do the job so that I get what I mean. They say heterozygous. A pair of unidentical genes, a pair of dissimilar genes that are not alike. Like if I say AS, this is heterozygous. So AS versus another AS, let us see who will be a sufferer. If you cross this way, A versus A, this person is AA, this person is normal, not a sufferer, not a carrier. Then this person is now AS. This cross gives us a carrier. Then the S again meets the A. Remember, we write dominant gene before recessive gene. This is also a carrier, not a sufferer. And finally, we have SS. So it's a secular. How many sample spaces do we have? 1, 2, 3, and 4. Out of these 4 is only one that will show it. Therefore, 1/4 times 100 is automatically 25%. So 25% of the offspring from a heterozygous, two heterozygous parents, we show the recessive character. Okay, that's 1/4. All right. So at this point, we say thank you for joining this live stream. It is quite nice having you. We will see in the next Friday, where we will continue. Remember that this is Majestic Tutorials. For those that have taken time to join as early as possible, I believe you enjoyed this live stream. Then again, you can book for your own private tutoring with Majestic Tutorials, checking for the packages available. We produce the best brain, of course. We are Majestic, simple. Any of these packages you can 6516217 to enroll in any of these packages. It will favor mostly medical students, okay, because I handle exclusively chemistry and biology. So thank you for tuning in. If you come across this live stream anytime, please endeavor to share with friends, help others. You are, of course, watching Majestic Tutorials, where top educators deliver simplified lessons across major arts and science subjects. A true hub of expert teachers and impactful learning. As you enjoy the class, please don't forget to subscribe and share with others. Thank you. See you. Bye for now. See you next week.